be grateful for my life and my existence and live my life to the fullest, because the people who are in those situations, who are getting their houses bombed to fuck, they would dream of having my life. So how dare I spend my time sulking and being in like a depressive way? Hello everybody, my name is Isra and this is Still Addicted. Welcome back. So this episode I'm going to be talking about why I still get exhausted just existing. It's quite a bit of a heavy topic, but I think it's very needed because wait one second, I need my music. Sorry. I think it's really needed. Yeah, I want to speak about this topic because I think it's really important to highlight the fact that just because I'm in recovery and just because I put the drugs down doesn't mean it gets life is just becomes perfect, and I'm so grateful all the time that I'm here and I'm doing everything and I'm just so happy all the time. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. And I think, especially for people when they come into recovery, you are on this pink fluffy cloud and life is amazing because it's so fucking dark and awful when you first come in, when you get to recovery, when you get to a first meeting, you're in the darkest place to make that decision to go. No one makes that decision to go to a fucking 12-step meeting because their life is absolutely wonderful. That's just, no one would do that. But the years that have gone by, I've had some. I don't want this episode to make you think that I'm ungrateful for my life, because my life is fucking amazing and it's 100 million times better than it was than my using days, being alone, like from everybody, like not being able to stop using when I wanted to. I will never ever want, like, God willing, and one day at a time and all of that stuff. I do not want to go back there. So this is not an episode that's to say that I'm ungrateful for my life now, because I'm so grateful. But I really do need to highlight the fact that there are times in recovery where I am still mentally like well, and I get really, really low and I really struggle with life. I think it's one of the biggest reasons of why I got into taking drugs, because it was a form of escapism. And I couldn't do life. Like, I didn't understand life. I'm somebody that's very in tune with like politics of the world, what goes on, all the wars and all of that stuff. And sometimes I wish I could be those people that are just asleep and just go through their lives, not caring and just in their own little bubble. But I'm just not that person. Like, I see the world for what it is, and the destructions that have taken place, the harm, just humanity at this fucking lowest. And I can't switch off from that. I just don't. I don't want to either. I don't want to be asleep. I don't want to be in this little bubble that a lot of people are in, that can turn a blind eye to what's going on in the world. Like, I don't want to be that type of person, but obviously it's exhausting, because it's exhausting knowing you can't really do anything about it. And there's fucking powerful, powerful people out there that are fucking pulling the strings and pulling the wool over so many people's eyes. It's like you're fucking screaming at the wall. You're seeing all these videos on social media. Um, yeah, just it's just horrific thing. Women, children, families being torn apart, being killed, babies being killed. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sure obviously if you're watching, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just horrible. And it's not even just in that one place. It's fucking all over the world. It's all over the world. The worst thing about it sometimes is that I'm from the fucking western side of the world, where the most evil people are. But it is what it is. I get so exhausted with it. So I have to switch off my phone. I have to turn my socials off or try and change my algorithm so I'm not getting the videos coming up. I have to try and not engage in conversations sometimes because it just gets me riled up. And yeah, it is exhausting, but it's one of the main things of like a lot of the time where I did use, and sometimes when I'm feeling like I want to relapse is because I've spent weeks looking at these videos and writing to MPs and donating and doing all of what I can do as this woman in England. Yeah, but and I just start to think like, what's the fucking point? Like, what actually is the fucking point of this life? Seriously, I don't know. But one person has said to me, and it always brings me back. Um, I have to be grateful for my life and my existence and live my life to the fullest, because the people who are in those situations, who are getting their houses bombed to fuck, they would dream of having my life. So how dare I spend my time sulking and being in like a depressive way when I have so much luxury around me? Yeah, so that's what really helps me to get out, is being grateful, remembering what I've got, not taking it for granted at all. So that's one topic of why I sometimes get myself really exhausted of existing. Another thing as well is just, I think a bit of a lighter note is just like life itself, like recovery life. Like I've set up a fellowship, which I am so proud of myself for doing. It's helping a lot of people. But it's exhausting being there for so many people and making sure my phone is always on, making sure I'm answering all messages and answering calls of newcomers, etc. But sometimes I forget about myself, and sometimes I forget about my own recovery when I'm doing that. Um, what I've realized this past month, to be fair, is I actually started therapy earlier on this year over something that's really intense, and I think I've scratched the surface of Pandora's box. And then I set this fellowship up, and what I've done is what I always do is just I've just gone poof, leave that, let's do everything for everybody else, so I don't need to think about that. So I'm having to take step back, well, not step back, I'm just allowing all the service members to do what they need to do, because it's covered now. Do you know, every meeting's got service members, and it's in the universe, God's, whatever path KA is meant to go down. It's up to the universe, it's not up to me, it's not my control. Do you know what I mean? So I'm taking a step back, like mentally, not like physically. I don't know how to explain it, because I don't want to say like I'm taking a step back, because I'm not, because I absolutely love doing it. But I think I'm prioritizing myself a bit more, so I don't get as exhausted as I did before the Christmas holidays, because my God, I was on burnout like mode, major burnout. And I think as well, like with recovery and being, especially in this fellowship, because I'm the person with the longest clean time in there. So I put pressure on myself that I have to be showcasing that recovery is the best thing in the whole entire universe, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And yes, of course it is. It's a million times better than using days and being in that fucking cycle. But sometimes I need to remember to just be honest with them, and when I'm struggling, show them that I'm struggling, to show that, like, look, life isn't all pink fluffy clouds, magic rainbows. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think I'm learning a lot about myself this year and how I burn myself out and how exhausted I get by putting on this mask and putting on this brave face that I've got everything going on, when in reality there's a lot of things behind closed doors that I struggle with. Do you know what I mean? I do struggle with. And I don't want to get to the point where I relapse, because that's what happens. Like, when I'm in a dark place, and I've been in a dark place like a number of times over this last year because I've got myself so exhausted, those using thoughts are fucking loud. And it only takes one for me to actually listen to and actually fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? So I need to be careful. So I need to take accountability on that, get a more of a balance in everything that I do to help others, and just make sure that I'm, what's it, filling my, what, you can't help, like, you can't help others when your glass is half empty or something. I don't know, but do you know what I mean? So I've definitely got to do that. And how I'm doing it is going back to basics. I'm getting my meetings in. I'm practicing honesty. I'm being honest with where I'm at really in my mind. Um, I'm obviously going to share a message of strength and hope to newcomers, but I'm also going to make sure I have my other 12-step meeting which I go to, which is for me. Do you know what I mean? Which is for me, and to share open and honestly of where I'm at, and pick up the tools of what's helped me, which is gratitude lists in the morning. I'm going to start praying again. I don't know what to, but it's just having, whether it's a walk a day and just meditation or just some quiet time for myself, fucking bubble bath and just speaking out loud to whoever's listening, whatever it may be. But yeah, and then obviously my routine, getting back into the gym, getting definitely back to basics. And I know that will help me 100%. And if you're struggling through that, it will help you if you just go back to basics and do what you need to do to fill your glass full, because you can't help anybody else unless you help yourself. And I need to take note on that. Yeah, I hope this episode wasn't too bit of intense, but I think sometimes I have to be real with you guys of like, it's not all like amazing recovery. Like, it's sometimes really, really fucking hard, and like, it's a fucking struggle sometimes not doing the easy route and picking up, because that is so easy to just ring up somebody and just pick up and just escape for a few hours. Do you know what I mean? Oh God, instead of having to push through, like when you're in that fucking dark place and you're having to get yourself out of bed, get yourself in the shower, brush your teeth, get changed, get yourself out of the house, like see people, socialize. But when I've done all of that, by the end of the day, I feel so much better. But fucking hell, it's hard sometimes. So if you're going through that, I get you. I'm with you. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You'll get there, definitely. Thank you.